There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you? I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, the more I get you. And you love our money, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who willing to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving our real and the premise my best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you, our dear travel listeners. Sktv, indeed, we are the best. What a way to say the pleasant good evening to all of you, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Sktv show. For a matter of fact, today is Tuesday, going to be the 11th of August, the 8th month, and the year remains the same, 2026. Indeed, we have many more months to go. Some of you who are calculating, checking, maybe your resolution, maybe you still having hope. You know, sometimes we give everything to the Almighty Creator because we think that things will get better day by day. So there are a lot of us that have hope that the remaining few months, 4 months, right? Yeah, indeed, the remaining 4 months in this year, maybe something will happen, some kind of miracle will happen. So again, we are grateful to be alive and we are moving gradually. People, it's good to be back. Since last evening, and we stay faced with some difficulty, but at least God be God on our side. We are moving very, very strong. Our team of panelists will be able to join us here this evening. Better say on wet Tuesday, as a matter of fact. The rain, off and on, yes. When the rain fall after some time, the rain ceases and the sun a little bit shine and so forth. So we are enjoying the weather. I don't know about you, but for us here in Liberia, we are definitely enjoying the weather. So people, yeah, it's good. Please help us. Yeah, Muna, what's up, man? Muna is somewhere there in or two city, right? It's, yeah, two times. Yeah, indeed, two city, Benjida County. Thank you, Muna, for watching and also following us. I hope that after sometime we'll be able to have a very good working relationship again to make in making sure that the Sktv is broadcast on your network on our side. So yeah, Muna, thank you so much for all you do. Emmett, Hammer, and the rest of you, Honorable Papi, Sasa Keita, thank you so much for watching. Robert, Aisha, Robert Jacqueline is also watching along with all of you. Thank you so much. Help us share the show, people. The show will be interesting. So many things happening. My deacon is working. While some of you are asleep, we are working. We're doing everything. We from the other end, we have our own way of working. So don't get angry. Sometimes when we do things, some of you get angry. But again, it's good. So many things happening back home. The drugs issue still continue. The border issue, our government, they were able to inform us. But I don't know how long will we continue with this kind of things that every time, yes, Khan has been restored. These are news. These are things that we'll be hearing. But then it look like some of us that used to wait for the birds. I don't know how many of you that can still remember. Maybe Muna can still remember about the birds. I think at this time, Muna. Yeah, but this time when you're on the farm, let me just make it easier for maybe some of you don't understand what I'm trying to say. When you are on the farm and waiting for the birds, these birds that can eat the rice, when you go for a little break, or maybe something like that, in fact, when the rain is falling, some of us will not let it be kind of a rain like this. No, it can really give us tough time because the bird won't stop. It will come, and like if it rain dressing, no. The bird will come, and you will not be able to be on that rain while the rain is dressing. So either you go on some kind of mole, attach something or something, talking about live hot or something, something like this small structure of a bill on the farm. So you go on it and wait for a little rain, but by that time, the bird is there already eating. You don't even know. But help us share the show, man. I'm doing the sharing of the show. I will do the little talking. So the bird is there eating the rest, unknown to you. You don't know. Before you come to yourself to say, yeah, let me go out there to see, you see almost hundreds of birds flying. And that's how we used to lose on the farm like that, yeah, it was too embarrassing though. And I know most of our mothers, they are going through. So, in short, what I'm trying to say is that the whole entire border thing, every time we go for a break, it's just a break. After some time again, we'll come by and say, oh, the Guinea people say the Liberian army people should dress back because they won't happen, they won't do they won't build it, they won't do that. I'm saying this thing in the simplest form. For most of our mothers, our sisters, our uncles, our brothers who are watching and listening to, or maybe someone around there in Lofa, because this is interesting. We'll be waiting. Every time we wait, they say, yeah, you'll wait for, a kind of been restored. Right? The woman they on the farm, they're trying to put one or two things together, doing that one, two businesses, going for a little rare oil and so forth, or they are cold and so on. They say, oh, no, you're dressed back. Then the people start to worry. So how long will we continue with this government? I will play most of the videos. Some of the things that was said today from the Ministry of Information on today pertaining to that border issue. And the president, Mandikon, last night was, a good working in there anyway. So last night, while some of you were asleep or you were busy or you were doing something, my president were able to have another new breed of leaders for the LDA. Yeah, now how you looking now? So the president now have new people now who will be controlling the LDA instead of the old people who some of us think that maybe they were not doing the right thing. So the president now have 3 persons, yes, including one old soldier man, the man that retired from the armed forces of Liberia. In fact, the former defense minister, Daniel Zianka. Yeah, you know that the man named that. Some of you according to the man named Daniel Zianka. Yes, I met him ambassador, but he never run out, but yeah, I met ambassador brother, you'll soon be back. He's somewhere around there in Nigeria. Yeah, I'll soon they'll soon be here. Ambassador will soon come. So yeah, so thank God at least all of these things have been happening, and I'm sure the show may help us. Please, I'm doing that already. Have a good evening again. Some of you who are celebrating birthday, happy birthday to all of you. I know it's not been easy or it's not stay easy. School is about to open. I guess some of you getting the children information sheets, or maybe you haven't. Yeah, some of you are already done payment. And some of us, we haven't done anything yet. So let my deacon here before you feed her. My deacon, some of us, we haven't gone anywhere yet, though. Even though he said we should carry our children to a free school. In fact, I will show some of the free schools today. Today is, no, I think on Wednesday. Yeah, we'll be talking about education. Maybe sometime we'll do it Wednesday. But it's indeed interesting that some of the schools that the people saying that we should carry our children to, if you see some of these structures, you feel like, God, what happened to Liberia? What happened to us as people? Yeah, it can be so unique. Everybody defending. One thing I like about it is that the system, it don't do pick and choose. And one good thing about the system, when policeman ready to arrest you, he will arrest you. What kind of person you? What kind of person you think you are? Whether you for or you against or you independent or you. Policeman will arrest you right there at red light end, whether you taxi driver, you motorcyclist, or you tricycle, or what kind of person you think you are, they will arrest you and they will harass you. Let me just use all two. Arrest and harass. Good. No, but we never find anybody. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Ruben, I'm very serious. Ruben, this is very, very interesting. This thing can make people hard cut. Every time when the bird beneath the dana. Yeah, says Yvonne, thank you so much for watching. We are okay. Most of you asking for more will soon be back. Thank you so much for always asking for more. Like sometimes the kind of impact you make, even if you're not around, people always asking for you, and that's good. So that's one of the best thing to do. Yeah, my breast story, I just let it breast. Yeah, so let me see. Where is the video? Let me see. Let me hear from the information minister. Good. The border situation where we do the show also. All right, I think some of my team are panelists. Okay, so Mr. Tishu also just enter and set up. They will bring on. Yeah, in fact, let me.
I am Johnson. I just want to bring to your attention the short video so that you can see the current condition of the Vonnet public school in Vonnet town. The school has actually been damaged, and as you can see, there is no way for the kids to enroll here. The building has broken down, and they are no longer using the school building. Can you see? You see? You see here? So our people are suffering. The kids are not in school, and I don't know. We need national government to come and intervene so that we need government to come and help our people. This school in modern.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. That played a portrait. Don't even call it school. That kind of thing that you have not be given the kind of thing, any kind of name. Oh, the school. That played a school. I know why Mr. Tishu is struggling, but that some of you are watching, and maybe you're from Riverside County, and you already asked out of like, we just warming up with the show. We haven't started because we have two things that we're going to talk about as to whether maybe the cartel after appointing the new team to head the LDA, should we now say, okay, let's forget it and let back one be, because from our indication, like maybe the cartels, maybe I don't know whether they will go free, or are we still dismantling the cartels, or investigation should still continue, or do we going to, in fact, are we going to get any kind of a good results from some of the investigations, or we should just leave it? That one. And also again, some of you who are also listening, the border issues still continue, and the government just informed us that Ghana has been restored. But how long will Liberia continue to be living this way? How long? Every time, it's almost like during the wartime, you just ceasefire. How many of you that know about ceasefire? Some of us will witness these things and we pass through ceasefire. Ceasefire, let me just tell some of you today what we're into. I don't know. When I say ceasefire, but then we used to go and look for somebody, small market, and we go down, down, down. If I would go up Mama Point way there, we go down West Point, they little road that going down West Point way there, water side or so forth, we go all of these places. Some of them get our live border bonds and so forth. Some of you, so we used to buy the border bonds and so forth, then we set it. When I say ceasefire, meaning across the road, they were having the food. Yeah, their own part, they were having food, but no clothes, no shoes, no nothing. They were not having anything. And we were having all these things on the side. So when I tell ceasefire, the guy will come, they bring the food, they bring the rest, everything, then we exchange. And we'll bring the rest on the side too now. We used to sell the rest, but let me tell you, a cup of rest, we used to sell $100. That one or two. That water now. So that one you will not get vexed. So this is interesting. This is sign for our people. Let's be frank, this is not a joke. That every time if the entire situation that in Guinea or in Liberia, Guinea border, they're almost looking at ceasefire. And every time by time the security people there, when they get ready, or the Guineans, when they get ready, they will not be deciding whether we'll be happy, whether we'll be in peace, or whether we'll not be happy. That's the whole entire thing looked at to me. Because after a few months again, they thank God for life, even though Liberia is charged. Sometimes people will say politics wise, sometimes people will say economic, sometimes people will say life situation, things going on with our people, the border issue, the drugs issues. So yes, Liberia is really, 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 really charged with so many things. And I guess that you've been following some of the happening of the day. The president take off the all, or in fact, acting LDA officials or heads that were acting, including Biako, who was in the middle of some accusations, allegations. The president told them to go home and rest and have a new team of officers that are going to head the LDA, including the former retired General Daniel Sianka, who will be heading the entire end. And the public, the Liberian people, they receive that information with good faith. They're happy, they're celebrating, and they are doing great on that, and they're waiting for the next call of action. What's going to happen with those trust people who are involved, as to whether there will be any investigation, or maybe we're just going to allow the case to go down the way other maybe previous cases then going down, or what's going to happen. So Liberians are concerned, and the government, I think on today, I don't know the launch, I think they are AARD or the AAAD again. I think this is almost the third time now that they are launching their governance or their system or thing that they feel that they will do to better the livelihood of the people. So today again they launch their proposal, or what you may call, and so on. But again, Liberians are waiting to see as to how their life going to be better, how this government going to make any kind of impact in their lives, apart from the politics, the politics, and so forth, the holding and pulling. So they are waiting. But again, the border issue still stands, and the Ministry of Information informed the people that Karen has been restored again after Sunday incident. Information gathered Sunday that there was some news that the Liberians security officer to give little bit distance, because according to information and confirmed reports that the Guinean army, they are saying that in fact they want to build something around that end, because they want to have that team there now for good. So that's spark of mixed reaction from the public and fears and so forth for those who also live around there. So the government said that they were able to negotiate and have some talks behind the scene, and at the end of the day, they and the Guinean authority, they are now settled everything. All the doors have been settled for now. We don't know as to whether maybe they just temporary settlement or they're going to continue forever. We don't know yet, but thank God that yet. So yeah, so far, Mr. Tissue, these are some of the happening back home, even though there are some political talks, back-to-back accusations, allegations, people, oppositions, impositions, non-positions, everybody having their own say about situation, things happening back home. School is about to open, registration is in progress, and parents are all looking for fees for their children. Government is in fact giving registration free because let's correct this. Sometimes people say school been free for a very long time. Government school been around here for free. It's just about registrations and other fees that been cut off from government moving forward. So I just want to make that correction and come back on board, Mr. Dishu. Welcome again. So far, so good. These are some of the happening back home.
Hello, Mabel. Can you hear me better now? Am I better?
Yes, you are far better than before. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, you gave a whole lot. The list is so long of what is happening in Liberia. And I think this is time for us to do some kind of reflection into why we speak every day, why we sacrifice our time to come every day to give our opinion about what is happening in Liberia. There's so much mysteries and things that is happening that we, the citizens, cannot comprehend at this moment. Why should all these things be happening to us as a people? When we have people that's in charge to govern things, to make things better for us. Maybe I think it's a lot of distraction right now that I see that the normal propaganda scheme that is done by the ruling party to take us away from the drug business. They managed to take us away a little bit from the $19 million worth of drugs because there were certain individuals that were waiting to hear bigger names and we didn't get it. The 300 million plus bust had created another scene. And at this time, we still have not heard from the government whether they're going to institute an independent body to investigate this case after all the outcry from the public, from political leaders, and the international community. Why is it so hard for the people to call us some good personnel within our country there to work along with the NSA to stir up this investigation, to give the investigation some credibility? The problem that we have right now is that with all what is happening, more information is coming out from the media, news outlet, than the security forces. So who is doing the job? Is the media doing the job for the security forces because they have more intel than what the security forces have? So it's a serious problem because it's a turnaround. I believe that the security should be on top, but it looks like they are not on top. Either that, they're well informed, or they're trying to do what we all have been talking about, being very selective into this investigation because they don't want to embarrass themselves. There's future for everybody within the ruling party, and everybody trying to protect their friend or protect their party interest. And this is not what is happening and not what the Liberian people want. The Liberian people want the answer to who owned the drugs and where did the drug come from. These are the two questions that have been asked and the answers have not been coming forth. So maybe we're in a piece of mess. You talk about the program that they were having today and invited the president on the government issue to create a sub or to speed up the arrest agenda. I believe it's another sign of distraction. You people have a lot of techniques that they will try to take our mind off of the reality of what is happening in Liberia and try to drive us into something that we are not prepared to debate about right now. So that's my intro. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Dishu. I think you said something, and there were all of us now will be asking. In fact, these are some of the questions that we'll be asking ourselves as people. So, in short, what Mr. Dishu was talking about if something happened, maybe, for example, maybe because if you go back to the president or to the executive mansion release, you will see that even the Biako, who was allegedly accused of wrongdoing, also if you go back there, they will tell you that no, Biako was not involved into, according to the 48 hours um,
report that the president wanted.
ultimatum that was given. The justice minister, if you go back there, you will read something that said nothing of wrongdoing when it comes to the issue of drugs and so forth. But again, they were holding it, I don't know, for things. Then if you are telling us that there is no wrongdoing, why are you suspending Biako? Why are you having Biako now, in fact, even been removed as acting ORC for the DEA? So if the man have done nothing wrong, Mr. Dishu, because when you was just saying myself, I'm big concerned. So it's like that, okay, so the people making the noise, maybe okay, yeah. So let's play the games, maybe the way we want to, instead of us maybe being or maybe on the losing end, let's just play the politics. What the people are saying, they say Biako, okay, that Biako, yeah, okay, let Biako go. So Mr. Dishu Biako now, they took Biako out of the Biako system, but the issue has not yet been resolved. Even with the new appointments, still there will still be this investigation ongoing. So appointing new people, will it solve the problem, Mr. Dishu, or it's just another way of just let have things done and let cover up and let the dust, let's cease, or maybe let have the noise go on, or maybe go down a little bit, and any other thing maybe moving forward, then we'll be able to handle maybe the situation. Because Mr. Dishu, if you're saying that Biako has done nothing wrong, then what take Biako out of the job?
Well, right now is a very, very serious problem in Nigeria. The reason is that the DEA have entered. And this international community being very much concerned right now. They have the different security network set up in Liberia. And that's why you see things trying to change in a different way. What is happening is that the international community have realized that this investigation and what they're hearing from the public and what the report is giving them is something contrary to the truth. They have seen a lot of faults within the setting. They have seen investigators that were investigating the case being bribed with 10,000 and made up by the head of the investigative board, the police director, and all of these things have come to light. It is so saddening that they're trying to make some cover up, but the information has leaked out. All of what they're doing is trying to cover up, people. And it's a very, very serious thing right now.
Yes, because if you go back to the executive mansion press release, some of you would just join, maybe some of the things that you guys. Okay, so they said the president decision followed. Okay, they said in a related development, President Bouaka has indefinitely suspended former LDA officer in charge, Fidire Biako, from the Liberia National. Mr. Dishu, I know you are skilled of personnel here. In fact, you will tell what they talk about ethical transgressions, and has ordered that he be subjected to a more detailed investigation. The president's decision follows a review of the Ministry of Justice report, which did not establish any involvement by Mr. Biako in illegal narcotics trafficking. However, the report identified ethical concerns that warrant further scrutiny to determine whether additional administrative or other appropriate actions may be necessary. Mr. Dishu, this is interesting, and you are skilled person. How come somebody there's has not been involved into any narcotic trafficking or so forth. Because trafficking is not only you know how to bring it into the country, but any kind of mean that you allow it to flow. That means that you are also part of the entire deed and so forth. But it's saying they may have no clue, they may have no idea, they may have not been involved into any other thing, but then they're holding in for ethical transgressions. Well, what that mean? Mr. Dishu, people are listening. And maybe some of common people don't understand what that means.
This is a terminology that the police are brought in again to confuse the people. Because I know from the dictionary, the ethical is an adjective, it's an adjective rather, involving or the expression moral approval or disapproval. You know, confronting to accept that standard of conduct, restricted to seal only with a doctor prescription. Okay, that will not be a problem. We might be going to confronting to accept standard of conduct. I believe that they're trying to twist the reality of what actually happened. What actually happened is that we should put the dots together, as Rutner said, who carried or who sent Biago to the DEA. We should connect the dots.
Exactly.
Why didn't the government appoint a DEA officer since they took Okroma and Fadiga? Long. They had been having one person being controlling that area, and they had changed that particular setting. They had changed it.
Yes, I think it's the fourth or fifth time.
They're very serious. Yes. Just imagine about 3, 4, 5 times they had changed without the director of the president appointing somebody there, but it had always been the police director sending somebody there. So
I was recommending, yes, these are kind of information on
put the dots together. If that is happening, that means it's a pattern, and it's a routine of the operation that is going behind that the police and other security agencies not supposed to know about. You know, so it's a special operation under them, disguising themselves as head, but yet and still aiding the business and facilitating the cartels into our country. There's a very, very serious case. That is why the little man who even listened to the kids will ask you what happened. The police director recused himself for the investigation to go on. Because I tell you one thing, we'll never have a soft landing on this report. The reason is that all of the investigators that have been investigating the case from the start, we have noticed that about 5, 6, or 7 of them have been sacked or either indicted or either on suspension or something like that. Now, if you find a multitude of people that having this investigation being involved one way or the other, you know that the whole investigation board is compromised or have been compromised.
Exactly.
There's nothing that the international community is going to get out of this. There's nothing our public that have been yearning and waiting for transparency to hear the reality of what happened. They will never get it because we have all found out that the investigation is being done by the same people who facilitating the operation of the cartels. So it left with the president now to have that political will to start off to clean up the houses of the different entities, of the different agencies.
To me, add up to that, Mr. Dishu, because what you are saying in short, if the president will be having maybe the LDA now, because what you are saying is very, very interesting. If we all of our attentions are on the LDA, for example, we will keep on the LDA, and they're one person. Because let me tell you, Mr. Dishu, if you go behind the scene to even interact with some of the LDA officers, they will tell you that the police are overtaking their responsibility. They will always tell you that the police are even doing their work more than even they themselves they do their own work. Because at the end of the day, they have the police RG who also controlling both, and in fact, both areas. He control the LDA and the same time controlling the Liberia National Police. So because of that, others say no. I think the entire investigation until the police RG have himself maybe recused, or maybe the president job have been suspended for some time until maybe after all of these investigations, that's when we will get good results. Because all else, everything that we are doing here today, the same knowledge we say we don't want. Oh, we want the system to change. Oh, we want to fight drugs. Oh, we want to do this. At the end of the day, we'll go back. And I will come back to Daniel Zienga. Some of you that know Daniel Zienga, he may even resign if this thing, because Daniel Ben was serving. Daniel Ben serving as advisor, security advisor, also to the president. So the men know all of these things. That's why some of what we've been getting from the corridor, that he said that he want to make his report directly to the president. He don't want to be having second, third, fourth, fifth parties involved. Because if you do, his report may not reach to the president. So you want to make his report, and there are so many reports. Now when you're talking as a air, in fact, I'm hearing as a air, my brother, you'll be right though. But there are so many reports also on the desk of the president that up to date, the president, so many reports, president can't even add nothing, it's just there. So we don't know yet, Mr. Dishu, as to this case here, because for me, from all indication I think it's like it's a political case. So everything that people are now fighting for is how to ease maybe the political tension, bring down some of the tensions and so forth, and control the narrative and so forth. After that, and then our whole case go down, we finish, and let's move on. I think from all indication we may not get, I'm sensing that we may not get any kind of a good result, because if the police RG stay there, because even from the government cycle, there are other people that are also requesting that the justice minister should also be recused, or in fact, he should also be suspended.
100% correct. 100% correct. It's a view, it's the mind of the public, it's the mind of the international community, hoping that the government will do what is right. Because the involvement of the head of the investigative board, headed by the justice minister and the police director, if you put some of the dots together, you ask yourself the question, but why are these people still around? But what we know is that, like you just said, it made a strong point. This serious case of ours that had turned our country image into something that people might not ever want to think about coming to Liberia. They have damaged the image of Liberia, I would say. And the people are still fighting a political war within this setting. We thought that the people are going to come together as one to fight this particular drug war. But they have turned this thing into politics that the public is confused. The citizens are confused. Hearing some of the answers that come out from the ruling party defending certain things, defending certain individuals, defending certain situations, and all of that. This is unheard about. So I don't know what actually is going to happen, Mabon, because
yeah.
No, continue.
Yeah, because I just wanted to add up to what you were saying, because if you even listen to the Ministry of Information, in fact, the information ministers, the deputy and his boss, all they are into, and even some of the government surrogates or their supporters, most of them, all they are into is just about an attack. So if you thinking about getting better government or better results from what you voted for or from your vote, let me just say it this way. You voted to get good results. You voted for system to get better. You got to vote for things to be changed. I don't think that you voted for things to be the same. Let me say, did you say? But if you go back on the internet, or even if you follow most of the happening today, it's just all about comparison. Mr. Tissue, it's just all about comparison. Who do it better? Who do it worse? Who do this? Who not do that? Who everything is just about comparison about between the CDC and that of the Unity Party. Then some of us now we just sit and say, well, I thought we champion this course. I thought we champion this change. That we say we want to change. Let me tell some of you today. Nobody have to be part of party fight before you can know that the person champion any kind of a cause. Maybe some of you don't know. You think that by you going to the trenches to go Memorial Hospital, the reason why the party or the opposition will always be that way is because the critical issues, the national issues, can be flagged by media and activists. So at the end of the day, they have opposition, they take most of the glory, but not for them. But how many of our people that will listen and understand this thing today? All they know when you're talking the way we are talking, then you are against. But tomorrow, these same people today who are insulting, saying all kinds of things today to us, tomorrow they will be testing us tomorrow that we are the hero. We're making Liberia when they are no longer in power. The only time Liberians, those who support political parties, the only time their eyes can be clear when they are no longer in power. They are where now they can see all of the bad things. So, Mr. Tisho, at the end of the day, the politics has just becoming all of the day. Like I can be like, are we really serious for the forward market?
A very serious case like this. A very serious case like this, they are trying to politically into something that the international community is confused.
I'm telling you,
the people listen to the different radio stations, the people read the different newspapers in Liberia, and what is happening, or what the government investigators telling them is completely from what they're reading and hearing from the public. It is a big concern because I don't know how they're going to twist the thing again, people. It has reached a point now that I think the people should just give up. You know, police director should just recuse himself. The Minister of Justice recused himself, which is very, very hard. He's still trying to find somebody to point finger at to clear on their side and have this thing going and present to the Liberian people that they are doing the right thing. Because every time we ask for independent body to come and do help with the investigation, you hear the rebuttal from the government that they are a sovereign country and they cannot do this, cannot do that. Once I heard that, I know that they're hiding something under the rug. Because if they were clean, if the people here were not inside, I tell you, maybe they were welcome. The international community immediately they will welcome them. You can help us. You know?
100%.
But they know very, very well that they will have to give the report to the international community, not the international community investigating the case, but they will take report from what they hear our investigators giving them. You know, that's why they say we are a sovereign country. So when you hear that particular talk, you know very well, my brother, they think in a big twist. That means they say we all our talk will not help.
The situation finished, Mr. Tishu. Let me just join you to say yes. That's just the end. Anything we're not discussing now, a different thing now we'll start talking about, because even if Daniel Sano will go out there and take the podium. Some of you who are listening, I don't know the guy feel that power will not finish here. Sometimes you ask yourself, where is Jefferson Kuti? Ask yourself, where is Fina? Who are crying a few times? You want to Fina Bono? Look, Mr. Tishu, sometimes I can just be thinking the way our people can abuse power. Like, what? I don't even know, Mr. Tishu, because every damn Liberians. That's why sometimes I ask myself, I think maybe we just go to school, but I think something that we lack it, because you see educated people. You imagine someone have to insult a former president first before getting a job. Mr. Tissue. For what purpose? That you have to denigrate someone. That tells us that in fact that you don't even qualify. Because if you have to present to government or to people that you got to show yourself, you got to show yourself, you call yourself or call for a press conference and denigrate people or the past government, only job for you to get a job. I shouldn't get a job. Because the system is bad up. That's why we change the system. Or that's why the system was voted out. No need for me to talk about that system anymore. My own now is how to contribute for our system that we in, or the system we in now to get better. That's my major concern. But you see, most of the people they gotta be cursing people before they get an appointment. See, most of them today, their names all surface. Where are these young guys who told you that young people do not qualify to work? Some of our brothers behind the scene, they can be crying. They insult. They go on the internet and insult good. But they go behind the scene and call some of us. People want to call them when they get who will answer you? You think you are spending more money to answer your call? The man know already that you want something from him. We will come and will say this and you will get angry. What the more want from you? So just wait for 2029. 2029 more will not answer your call because by then now you won't vote for you. So Mr. Tissue, to see a minister saying the kind of things to a certain senator who consider, let me just read some of the things that he said, who considers Senator Amar Kone as a critical voice in Liberia. When this man bears the greatest responsibility for reversing some of the gains this country achieved in the past. Yeah. So for the man to talk about just issue, that the worst crime that somebody has ever committed, that maybe that you, so if you know very well that you have issue with Senator Amar Kone, I think the government have all right maybe to take him to court, right, Mr. Tissue?
Therefore, you can really tell just what you just said. If anybody will listen to the radio, they will get to understand the reality of what is happening in Liberia. The fight right now is to shield a lot of government officials that the police director himself said higher ups are involved into this.
Exactly.
You can tell right now that it's so bad off. They're showing themselves in different ways of protecting the government and shielding those who they believe that their name might come out, the big names. And on the Spoon Show, we heard an allegation of even the second man being involved, one way or the other. There's no link to it yet, but if these kind of names are coming up to that high level, you know, in Liberia, we're so small and the information, it can't hide so easily. It's hard. You know, it's hard. Everybody got a friend. And everybody will hear something different from what the other person didn't hear. So this is very serious. And the government propaganda machinery right now is fighting hard to quiet the citizens and to fight the media. That the media will not keep up with this. But what is happening is that Spoon Show and Trumpet Africa is giving a lot of hard time. They've been backed up by the different stations that carry or relay the different talks that show that is going on. So it's a big fight, and they don't know how to get on top of it. So this propaganda scheme right now, with the addition of the international community being involved one way or the other, I think it sends a lot of messages to the investigator to tell them, say, look, what we're doing We got to check ourselves because after this, maybe we might get one of those things that your family wouldn't want, stopping you from going to America or stopping you from going to Europe. Because if doing the investigation and people find out your name or inside, but because you're a big man and if people didn't put your
Thank
name,
you.
you
So the
know, but
yes.
definitely, yeah. So that go up, the international community will get it. So a lot of people, after this case have been born, a lot of family
And
will be
and
destroyed, will not
and
go
in
to
short,
America and things like that.
mhm. And in short, what Mr. Tissue is saying, in short, with all the games we play here and there, we think that the right thing we're doing, they're not suddenly when they come out, they start insulting people. Just
Ah,
because people want to have their own dissenting opinions, people want to have their own different views about things. So the person have to be insulted just because they are not sinking glory to you. So they should be insulted. You know, I started to send something even to the center. Now you can see Senator Eddie Stone trying to, I don't know, because of fear or what, even if he's saying that now and then, he's staying between that line. But it's not wrong to ask these hard questions. Because tomorrow the government will be removed from power after elections. Another new government will come. And when new government come, you will be able, you Daniel Sano or the rest of the other team or crew, you will be able to also ask, and at the time you want to now point out things, terrible things. That's when now you want to point out terrible things. Can you imagine? You talking to Senator Amar Kone how they made rigged elections to make CDC to win election 2017. Who could Israel stop CDC by 2017? Look, I was telling one of my friends not too long, Mr. Tishu, I told you, I said, you know the reason today was why CDC are sick, Nana? I said, because they were tested. If CDC was not tested by this time, every community you go in, every neighborhood, everywhere you go, street corner, everywhere, you're going to be hearing CDC music playing here and there. But because they were tested, and they feel that they did not perform to the expectation of Liberian people. So some of them who feel that they want to talk, they will talk. They want to who feel that they don't want to talk, they just quiet. But to tell me that Senator Amar Kone John, I don't know whosoever to rig elections in favor of CDC 2017, well, anyway, that let me you say sometimes people
that's
don't be looking for
propaganda. It's a
distractions.
propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a propaganda they're putting out now to shut Edward Snow and American mouth up. You know, even Snow, they're even afraid because you can tell that. Just imagine we got 30 senators. And out of the 30 senators, I believe we have the two, Snow and Mr. Connor, fighting and letting the public and the international and the people of Liberia know that they're in their interest. But how many of the other senators that we hear have joined them publicly? How many, Mabel? How many? Rebel Brown, he can't talk because his son was a driver.
Yes,
You
I think
know,
so far, I think I said the Amar Kone and this son who county senator, how they call him, I think Councillor Chia, right? Yeah, Councillor Chia too also, he been very, very vocal. He's always, apart from, because Senator McGill, they will say he's a maybe opposition or CDC man, but Senator Chia, Senator Amar Kone, and other Edwin Snow, they've been, yes, I think for the upper house, they've been doing well in making sure that they bring things out for Liberians to know and to discuss issues. I don't know how this thing becomes sin, Mr. Tissue. How can this thing become abomination? How can this thing become like, don't talk? By the way, let me leave it out to Brother Ali. Will be back. We'll join you people later. Ali, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Mabel. Good evening, Mr. Dishu. Good evening to our listening audience and follower. Yes, I'm just getting home from work. I'm so tired. Mr. Dishu, how are you?
I can imagine after putting up a container and I put to separate the things in it, it brings in a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you made it and you can come down and share what you have to the public.
Thank you, Mr. Dishu. Yeah. But Mr. Dishu, the problem here, the Unity Party, I don't really know what the people intention for this country because, Mr. Dishu, what sense does this make that people who came to fight drugs and the fight of drugs, the fight against drugs that what brought them to power. And today we see the huge increase of cocaine and kush into this country today. Like according to Al Jazeera last week, from 2024 to 2025, now the increase of kush in Liberia is up to 80%. And see the amount of cocaine that in the country stuck in people's houses, the one that they have arrested. So people who really keen to get rid of drugs in this country, why is it that everybody in the fight against drugs? But when certain people talk and then they start to use propaganda, they start to go against you, they want to call you names, they want to label you all kinds of way. I think when people are pushing on the fight against drugs, we expect the Unity Party to put heads around there and bring these people on board. But because today Amara Kone, he on the fight against John Senator Suno because Amara Kone, according to him, I think his nephew or someone they affected for the city today. And in Liberia today, when you check about 10 households, maybe only one is not affected for the drugs issue. So for Mr. Kone, Senator Snow, this other guy, Stanton, this Martin Colley, every one of all the media entities in the country, we are all on the same fight against drugs. But those people that are supposed to even support or put hands around us, and then today, the moment you speak on the drugs issue, they try to label you. That just shows that this government, they are just like pretending as if they are fighting drugs. These are rhetorics. They know what they are doing to the Liberian people. Because if they really mean to fight drugs, they will not be, because they're attacking Amara Kone now. All because why? You only fight against drugs. So if these people really keen to fight drugs, they can be attacking people out there. Today, when you talk about them bringing independent investigator, boom, they start to insult you. Why can't we bring people to help in the investigation so we can know how cocaine is coming into the country? Who are those people tied to it? When the Capitol building saga went on immediately, you people did all of your things. You went and brought people from Minnesota to come and carry on investigation. Why is it today the Capitol building, when they tell you to do the same thing, it become an insult? So, Mr. Dishi, for me, that just tells me that those people, everything they are doing, they are only pretending. They know this cooking business that had taken over this country and they push business, and they only pretending to the Liberian people to say they are ready fighting against drugs. Because if they were ready fighting against drugs, anybody that stay against the cartel, I think they will put hands around you. But when you stay against the cartel, when you start to talk, and they want to call you names, they want to label you, they want to use all kind of nasty propaganda against you. It's a issue that I know if your people ready keen to fight drugs. Mhm. Because
Well,
when I keen, if I say I keen to get rid of something that is affecting the nation or the society, and Mr. Dishi too, he in the same fight, I think I will call Mr. Dishi on my side to join me. But Mr. Dishu is in the same fight. Then I start to go against Mr. Dishu. Make it make sense to me, Mr. Dishu. Yes.
yeah, it's a very serious thing that is happening right now, Aliu. What is happening is that the president has been misled, and he don't have that political will. He don't have that charisma to speak out to the people and telling them the facts. What is happening is that I have always been seeing this long time, and probably when I say it, people don't take it into account. I say there are three governments within one: the Unity Party, the Rescue, and the affiliates. Those three people have some kind of influence on the president. Making decisions, everybody is trying to protect their side. The rescue people that brought their people in will protect their people. The Unity Party people will protect the interests of their own people because they don't want to damage they don't want to damage Unity Party because of election coming. And the affiliates, family, friends, connection with the first family, all of that. So within this setting, to have an investigation that we will consider transparent or credible, I believe it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. The only way Liberia can change the trajectory of this particular thing to put our image back to where it should be is to be very much simple enough. The president announced to the public that he had heard the cry of the people, and his decision is that he decided now for us to have an independent investigative board that will go along with the NSA since they have proven themselves to be one of the best among the other agencies that have been involved into this. And see to it that we have people that have good character and the repetition. Like for me, if I was selecting a board, I would take Taiwan Gonglo. The first thing, I ask the government to write Taiwan Gonglo to be head of the investigative board. We have the president of the Bar Association. We get one person each from the different political parties, the ones that are well known, like ANC, CMC, and CDC. Let them send one representative there because what we're trying to do is that we're trying to have an investigation that afterwards the integrity of our country will be at least clear to the international community because we have had the diversion of the different stakeholders taking part into the investigation. With this being said, I believe that's the only way we're going to have a report that will be accepted by the international community. But do the president have the willpower of what I'm saying to constitute such? Because I believe that bringing in the president of the Bar Association and this thing being headed by Taiwan Gonglo and the different stakeholders from different political parties and the civil community sent in their own people. The women who went against drug, they will send their own representative. And let us have a holistic investigation on this thing. Nothing should be hiding. But because they have put it into secrecy, they have turned it into a political thing because that's the only way they will get out of it. And that is the fight now that they have put forth to us to fight. And we don't want to go through that particular war. The war we want to go through is to have an independent body like the public outcry come and do the investigation on this particular thing that will give a report to the international community that will be credible. That's how I see it, Radio. What do you think? Radio, are you on?
I think go for break. Okay. Ali, go ahead.
I cannot hear audio.
Yeah. So I did not listen to the information minister on the border issue quickly. We'll come back. I don't know whether you want to just play the video quickly while Ali do some adjustment behind the scene.
I'm
Let
hearing
let
you guys loud and clear. I don't know why you guys are not hearing me. I'm hearing Mr. Dishi. I'm hearing Mabel.
Okay,
Okay.
I hear
Okay,
you
but let's go
now.
ahead,
You're
Ali.
loud and clear.
Okay, but let's go ahead.
Yeah, Mabel, let's listen to the information minister. No problem.
Yeah.
In an effort to quiet the tension, on the following day, August 10, 2026, a meeting was held at the buffer zone between the high-level Guinean delegation and the Liberian Joint Security. At the meeting, it was agreed that Liberia and Guinea are neighboring countries with long-standing relations and should remain united. Hence, there was no need for security personnel from either side to engage in confrontation. It was agreed that the parties should remain calm and exercise restraint while we all try to work towards a peaceful resolution. The situation there is being closely monitored by the National Security Council, and the appropriate diplomatic redress is being pursued. Presently, the situation at the Solovar border area is peaceful, calm, and stable. The 19 million checkpoints.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but Ali, okay, go ahead. I will join you people to talk after the news bulletin.
Alio.
Yeah,
Alio?
Mr. Dishi. Yeah,
Oh, man,
can you
what
hear
I
me?
just, yeah, I hear you. Why I just heard, yes, so I don't understand why the minister will come and give information to the public when the public knows better. What they're trying to portray? Are they trying to make mockery out of what they are saying or trying to make mockery out of us, the listeners? What do you think?
Mr. Dishi, the problem here, this local border issue that this government had never been fair and transparent to the Liberian people. I don't really know because for the fact that Baka will use taxpayer money go to Guinea, he came back till today. Nobody know what they discuss. The only thing they will tell us, they are handling this issue with diplomacy in a diplomatic way. And I think this is more than 4 or 5, 6 months now. The people of local country are living in fear because they are like anytime Guinea can just come and override them, take over the country or the country rather. And this government here, Baka Hills for local country, that's where he came from. So if he can play blind eye to his own people living in fear, they have been displaced in their own county, and he care less about it. Why if it was Maryland, Bapolu, Bombay, killed my grandfather? What will happen to them? So this information minister just quite recently he told us that everything was okay at the border. People were doing their normal business. Everywhere was calm. And just day before yesterday, we saw horrible video what is happening at the border, wherein they are telling our security to push back, and the people want to do their normal businesses. This government has never been fair and transparent to the Liberian people. That's why I don't trust them. Okay. And then I will continue to say this. The issue of the border between Liberia and Guinea now, that Solomon border issue, the next government, they are going to inherit that. So whosoever want to be president come 2029, or just start thinking how you will be able to resolve the issue with Liberia and Guinea on that Solomon border. But now, Mr. Dishiu, Manaseni served this country for 12 years, along with Bwaka, then vice president at that time with Manaseli. And they were able to solve that issue. Whenever the people want to raise tension on that issue, Manaseni, they know how to use their diplomatic channel or whatsoever to calm that whole situation that, and they served this country for 12 years here in Buakai, and that place was never invaded by Guinea. George Weah served this country for 6 years. The same thing, they were able to work with a Guinean counterpart, and they were able to resolve that issue. George Weah drilled say a team to carry on more development in local country today from that same place. And we didn't see Guinea soldier or the Guinea authority coming to invade our country or our land. Why under this administration this happened? Under this administration that they will come to power for Guinea to come and invade our land. Why it didn't happen in 12 years? George, we are 6 years, but only Baka 2 years this happened. Till today, we don't know who were those people that were mining, that irritated the people to come and seize that machine and thing and make them to invade our land today. But I can tell us, oh yes, Mr. Dishu, Mabon, and you, they were the cause they went. This is what they were doing that made the Guinean authority, they even seized their machines and things and invaded our land. Why this government don't want to be transparent? Why they don't want to be truthful to the Liberian people? Why are they hiding? Why rather make this thing to happen for Guinea to come and invade our land? Who are those people involved that make this thing to happen? So, Mr. Dishu, like I said, anybody that want to be president 2029, just know you have to inherit that situation between Liberia and Guinea in Lofa so that our people can live in peace and harmony. But the government, they will not do nothing about that border issue till that 6 year feeling. I'm telling you for free.
And thank
believe
you.
that
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Tishu.
I think Liberia is they use Liberia as
back after the news break. But go ahead.
they use Liberia as a pawn. That's what I'm just looking at. You know, I think they use Liberia as a pawn. They pawn Liberia because, like I just said, these are historical facts. When Mount Ellen was there, we had no problem at our border. During Emma Sawyer time, who were the interim period time, I told you that I passed through that particular place. They put my car on the raft and they took it into Kitchedu. From that particular, from the Liberian side, that river there had never had a problem. That's a business area there. And I went into Kitchedu and I drove from Kitchedu to Corner Creek. So we had never been having problem. Just came in, we didn't get no problem in that area. This particular government is where all of the rigmarole have come out to surface. When I say we are in pawn, it's because the individuals that caused the tension, and the tension came from the people believing that we were using their side to extract whatever mineral from there, whether gold or whether diamond from that particular area. And they felt that it was in their territory and the Liberian people should stop. The Liberian government never told the public this particular story or gave a report of what actually happened when the Liberian, the people that were doing business, some of the equipment was seized, some of the trucks were seized, and that's a national security concern right there. Because if we have a Liberian doing business, and you're having people from another country coming to take their machine, you know, and threatening them to get out of the area, that's a national security concern. So that was overlooked, and things have come to light now that whosoever was doing it is being protected, and they pawn our security of our nation to protect this particular happen there in at the border, and are given light and are given bad light on our side because we are not in authority there no more. The business our go, the people have shut it down, and our border right now is being controlled by the Guineans.
Oh, yes. And so, Mr. Tishu, quickly, I have a follow-up question maybe before you conclude. So how long will we continue with this? Should we not just live with this? Because mind you, it was because of these informations, this situation of land dispute and so forth, that today that we have the people of district number 10, they are now having active lawmaker, even though they are the representative in question, Honorable Eke Koluba stay with me because we're still waiting for the court, and in fact we're going nearly 116 days, send all of the incidents and so forth back to back up to now. There haven't been any declaration of vacant seat at district number 10. So that means, as far as some of us we are concerned, Honorable Yeke Koluba stay with me, the lawmaker. Maybe they just do these things, maybe to just quiet him down for a little time, but all of the things still persist. Everything still the same. Things still, in fact, getting worse because if after 2-3 months that you just stated, our people after maybe their mind, because mind you, our people they're going to forget about things. Say, okay, let's move on. Let's go on lay farm. Let's go make our lay garden and so forth. When they woke up after some day to hear that, oh no, don't pass so, go so. In fact, we're about to do this, to do that. How long will our people continue to live in fear on that land? Should we not just say, okay, let's just go to UN, let UN just come and call the case one and for all, or we should continue to be playing like, or maybe that we are playing phone, because from all indication it's an issue. If care is not taken, even the next government, how do we handle it? Who knows? Because they may be in power. It's a matter of leader.
Yeah, just we just got some intel that Mamadi Isaf is struggling there in Guinea, you know, and he have one or two problems right now. And if Mamadi happens to leave and a new junta gets in, a new government comes in, the border will still be occupied by the soldiers because that line that they have taken down, they will believe is their line, right? They will not want to go back. You know,
That's
they
the
will
point I'm
prefer
trying
that
to make.
stay right.
Even new government come, yeah.
Yeah, they will not want to stay on that particular line. They will not want to go back. No negotiation will take them back. So we have fallen short to the fact that we have our citizens that will occupy those areas that have been deserted from their particular homes and stuff like that. The businesses that they have organized have been damaged, and they have to find new life elsewhere. And the new life elsewhere, we have not heard anything from the government giving the people some kind of compensation to start a new life elsewhere, but I left them in the limbo. And they didn't cause the problem. They did not cause this problem. The problem was caused by individuals or the misrepresentation of how the Liberian government went to set up this particular case when they said that they had a minor river union talk and all of that. We never got a full report of actually what happened. In recent time, we heard that the president of Guinea asking how the border. With all of the conflicting information, it gave us the open mind to think that something is wrong, something is happening. And the fact with me is that we, the citizens, have been yearning for the truth. But what the government has done to us is that they have denied us of the truth because they're in authority. We don't have the guns, we don't have nothing. They have the money, they have the guns, they have everything. So they are in authority. And this is where the citizens fall short. So with all the information that have been out there by the news media, the newsprint, and all of that, have waged a war against the government on the drug business. And this is the first time that I see that the government is struggling. They're really struggling to beat the press, to beat the media and the print media over this particular case here. That's how I see it.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Let me just add up to what you guys were saying before you come on, because this is interesting for me. Big concern, because even the drug situation is also a security situation. Some of you out there, anytime you hear about drugs business and so forth, it's a national security threat. Maybe you don't know, because these young guys, the so-called Sokis, disadvantaged youth, or as you may call them, whenever they take in these substances or so forth, their behavior changes. So the issue of drugs, yeah, is a national concern, it's a national security threat. So we have so many security threats right now hanging over us as a nation, as a country. The drug on. We already using seven already to bring the drugs and distribute and do any kind of thing that we want to do. That one is already there. Then the border crisis is still pending. You know, the people have their they say sometimes some of them we see somebody come up listen, let me just say, maybe someone is short here. Anytime we see people dirty, that means they're lazy. Listener make people to be dirty. Let me just say in a simple so they can get some of the Bible and we can shoot. Listener, anytime you see people, you go to the people homes, even around their horses or around their homes, everywhere dirty, that means they are lazy. When you listen, the mind, everything is lazy and weak. So what I'm trying to say in short, we continue to play the games in the name of, oh yeah, you know, the politics, when they did come up already, you know, have nothing to say. Every day that George we are. The day another person wake up one morning, they have nothing to say, and the day that George we are. We have so many things to fight over as a nation, things to put in place, things to work on as a nation. We can leave all of these things. We start to go back to things that make no sense to us. Yeah, today. So these are all security threats. Whether you like it or not, these are serious security threats. The drugs issue and the border issue. How are we going to handle all of these situations? When government comes, the only thing the information minister will do, or the deputy information minister will do, is to always insult, call people all sorts of names, even though the opposition, where I can leave them. I don't know, Mr. Tishu, even though maybe we'll take some of the time, maybe beginning Monday or so forth. The opposition is weak. What concerns you about people being weak and so forth? Leave them. I think this is the best time for us to even move forward, or for us to even develop Liberia, where there is no much tension. Only the media and the activists who are pointing out all of the ills is good. But Mr. Tishu, for me, and Ali Vey, come on, what I'm seeing today is job shifting. I think the government, they are really moving from the purpose that they were voted for to just distractions. Every little thing, they are distracted by everything. Do you think if the opposition is really united to tell us, or maybe to say yes, maybe that they will be making noise every day, you think you will really work? You won't work, because every time you'll be worried. But thank God that the opposition is weak and people are talking. People are discussing issues instead of protest. For me, that's one of the best things I ever admire from Liberians moving forward. Let's discuss the issues. Let's respectfully disagree to agree. No one person owns Liberia. Liberia belongs to all Liberians. The one who are talking and then because for you, maybe you are benefiting or you are getting salary. People are also working. They are making more salary than you. But they are talking because they want for Liberia to be better. Some of you're making 125, you cost people on the internet, thinking that 125 are good money for you. But if you take all of the transportation, you're feeding and everything for that money, you're left with nothing. But you're costing people on the internet. just because people are critical, or maybe people are talking about national issues or national concern. So they shouldn't talk. So, Brother Ali, once a year for me, these things are all interesting and frustrating. And I think whenever our government comes to power, they deviate from the purpose. Even we saw that during the CDC time. But I think maybe this kind of a discussion will be another time. But what say you, my brother? Because these are all security threats. Having the drugs issue hanging and having the border issues.
Maybe, like I said, and I will continue to say, Baka is not going to do anything about that border issue. The next government, that's one of the things they are going to inherit. Yes, so they should just be prepared for that. Maybe you can tell me Baka coming from Lofa, and those people voted for him overwhelmingly today that make him to be president of the Republic of Liberia along with other Liberians. And today you want to tell me, maybe your own country, where you hail from, where you come from, where you claim you were born. Today your people have been displaced. Your land have been invaded. Tell me, man, as a president, that's a national security issue. See how your people are living. That will be one of your priority, no matter what people say. Oh, because I can't with no fact. Let people say what they want to say. But the safety and well-being of your citizens should be your primary concern. That should be your first priority. That's why you took oath for. This border issue has gone for more than 6 months. Baka care less about it. He went Guinea, he came back, he sat down. We are telling people why he went for, what was discussed. The next government, they are the one to resolve the issue between Liberia and Guinea national border issue. This government, they are not going to do nothing about it. And if they happy to any other country, just move your heart on there. If Baka can come from Lufa today, our land have been invaded by Guinean authority. That's a serious national security issue, and they care less about it. Just to tell you that the next government, that your own Kenya there. And maybe where in the world a serious government that came to govern, and they are governing, and you have opposition in the country, all the lawlessness you are doing, all the irresponsible behavior, bad governance, and you see opposition protesting here and there, and you are saying that, oh yeah, the opposition, they are weak. I think there should be something that you should be happy of, that you are doing this thing, bad governance, corruption, cocaine, border issue, and then let's go on. And opposition, they care less. They say, oh yeah, we're coming to protest, we're coming to demonstrate because of the kind of cocaine that in the country. We're coming to protest, we're coming to demonstrate because of the border issue. Our people in Rufa Kante, the opposition, they care less. They only looking at you. But you mocking them, the opposition, they are weak. That tells you that they want the opposition to do something that will bring North attention in the country, so that they will use that mean to say, oh yeah, it was because of this, the opposition did this, the opposition did that. We were not able to do what we promised the Liberian people. But in any serious manner country, where in all this lawlessness going on, they respect for rule of law, constitution, importing, exporting, cocaine, and all of these things, and opposition, they are not demonstrating, they are not doing anything, you should be happy. You should be happy, but instead, you say they are weak because you want them to come with tension that will make you to have excuses to say it was because of this, I was not able to do what I'm supposed to do because of the other protest, it led to this in the country, it led to that in the country. To tell you that those people, they have no mind to move the country forward, so they try to find fault on people. And the opposition, they are behaving responsible and mature. Let them do what they're doing. 2029, they will know as to whether the opposition, they are weak or not. Let them continue, Mabel.
Yes, so let me just add a couple of them, so Mr. Tishu will come on, because I think when we're using the line to call on maybe on the show, that means we can be in fact disrupted from the network. So what we'll do, what I'm going to the line, and you people will be able to be discussing behind the scene until I return from interacting with our people, because we always want to hear from our people back home. They too, they have their say. But again, we sorry, maybe before Friday, the issue will be resolved so that we too, everybody can be able to interact and call us, because no, most of our photo, but I think for me, I don't see no reason for which people should be bashing as opposition to say that's their business. You know, the people that say that in fact they want to come to power, they let the campaign that's their business. They let they come out, it's their business. It's nobody's business. And opposition feeling Liberians, opposition get Liberian budget, or they are no, the entire thing. Oh, the opposition, the weak. Oh, the opposition, thank God that they are weak at their business. So the government that is not weak, let the government do better for our people. You think that maybe by being silent, that means everything okay? Ask yourself. The same thing happened to our CDC. Senator come, Liberian were quiet, and everybody was just observing and just waiting. So people will talk, people will be quiet, people will be, in fact, they will not want to be involved, because sometimes people just feel frustrated. People just feel that this country, I don't even know what we're heading to, because you cancel the same thing, you go and answer the same thing. Do you know how many Liberians like that are thinking in a way that because when they come on the other side, the same thing, when they come, you think the job at dismissing people? I see some of you every time you post, oh, the prefer government, they're not used to dismiss. Say it's just all about dismissing people. Then let people steal and go free. Because that's what you want. So that they can dismiss somebody, then the person go free. At the end of the day, it's not what we all want. What we want is a better Liberia. People should be held accountable for wrongdoing. So even if you dismiss Mayborn, let Mayborn be held accountable for every other thing that may be involved with his name or so forth. Because the reason why today people are jumping from place to place value from party after causing another person they gave them job, and this is not only unique to the government. It may happen from an Anselita all the way to job we are to now. All these people who causing job we are not causing over to other party. If new government come tomorrow, they'll start causing the other people and jumping back. But guess what? The young people who go into the village, who call themselves, I can call themselves, I can call the politicians, the young guys. I know. Oh, they have
The four soldier.
Four soldier.
The four soldier.
Yeah, they have the four soldier. They have this, they have that. They have. You think you're not qualified to be minister? Huh? Or you think you're not qualified to be director? Then why are you going to school? The reason why today what we're struggling today is because the system is messed up. The system will control you. All these people today who are all coming back into the government, I see them all CDC officials. You know the party don't know that we don't want to train them. You train who? You know what they call training people? You know what they call training people? Who some of you really made in this country that you would think to say yes, it's because of me yesterday. The other person from nowhere to somewhere. But you only want to be simple when they are already made, that's when you want to be claiming. Everybody don't want to claim. Because Sianka have that character in him. And the other officials also, the Prince Johnson, the defense minister. So all of them, because they have that clean character, and so everybody don't want to claim them. Mary brought today, some of you today, if they put Mary Brown on the ballot people. You will not vote for Mary Brown. Man, anything before go to a line, let me just leave you. Let me go to a line. When I come back, I will join you people. At least so that we can conclude.
Yeah, I wanted to make one or two things that I see on this map here. Even in back days, the Liberian land was taken and it was called the San Pedro River was taken away from Liberia by the Ivorians. The Salaya River was something that the British people had in exchange. So that Salaya River that we're talking about today, we see it there in Piper. So I don't think that it's there for Liberia. So it was this map that Yeke was looking at and said that he cannot take a word back because this is history. These are things that is out there. The map shows something completely different from what the government telling us. And this is a very, very serious case. I think that we should all reflect ourselves to the reality of going back and looking at this map and coming out with what the Sierra Leonean people did. When the problem in Guinea, the problem with Guinea and Sierra Leone when they had that border issue, Sierra Leone withdrew from the area and they said they play well for Guinea. But because we have politicized our own boundary line, the government cannot come and tell us the truth. They made it political and going to hurt them in 2029. Because if they had come out with what we were seeing, like what the Sierra Leonean people did, if we wanted to be fair enough, if it was not for the business that was happening at that border, I don't think that we're ever going to have confusion with Guinea. Because you can tell for so many years, since 1903, when that survey was done, I think the Liberian people were living all right. I had experience there. And yeah, something that sparked out the problem. And that is what is hidden from the Liberian people. Are you? Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Dishi. Yeah, Mr. Dishi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You heard me?
Yeah, I heard you loud and clear.
Okay,
You
go on.
know, the problem, this government, I don't really know. This is really, really embarrassing. Those people who claim to be the educated ones that came to rescue this country. See the amount of lawlessness that going on in this country. See the issue with Yaka Koloba today. You went and you expel a sitting lawmaker on the same local border issue because he said, according to his sources, the place for Guinea. Till today, district number 10, they don't have a representative. If you know within yourself that yes, you expel this man according to your hostile order rules, why now you can read the National Election Commission today to declare that seat vacant to have another election? And I can really understand. Baka went with Madam Sedi for 12 years. We didn't see this kind of lawlessness in this country. And Baka been working in government even more than the Madam Sedi that he served under as vice president. All these years, what did he learn? Today, honor your wife in your government. This lawlessness, abuse of power, abuse of constitution, rule of law. What Mr. Dishu, our children learn from us. And this is why we as parents, we have to be very careful what we do in the presence of our children. Because when we do some of these things, when they see it, they will say, oh yeah, I think I can do this because I saw my parent doing it. If you can have a president that does not respect the rule of law, the constitution, the code of conduct, he kick all of those things, he take it as trash, then that's why you should expect the people to be doing because they learn from him. When you see everything those lawmakers are doing today, abusing the constitution, the rule of law, the code of conduct, all of these things, because Baka is doing the same thing. That today, the road project they gave from I think from St. Paul Bridge to where What have been done on that road? Every day I just drove on that road coming from work. To even pass through Douala, it just went destroy people market and things, see how that place is looking today. To pass through Douala, when I was in America, somebody told me, oh, to pass Douala, you can stay, you look at the very fence, you can even say drive on the speed limit or 10, 15, 20 miles per hour and pass through Douala. You will be driving through Douala like you have air under your tire. And they said for 12 years, they faced for support from the Gabriel Tucker Bridge all the way. Douala, George Weah said for another 6 years, they faced the one road. Today, Buakai, nothing had changed. Douala stayed the same. You just when you break people marketplaces down and you get no plan of facing that road. Because the cookie business that have come, this government, they are fighting to see how they can cover all no way. So all of these things have come to a standstill. Baka just went took that road project single-handedly, single source and gave it to Australian company. No bidding process, no PPCC was done. This is the man that came to create job for Liberians, to give job to Liberia, where we get so many construction company in this country. Instead of giving them that project, you took it single-handedly and gave it to Australian company. And all these things are happening. And you see the opposition, they are not troubling you, they are giving you chance, they are looking at you. And then today you want to be bad muffing the opposition, they are weak. So they are just doing this thing to push the opposition so that when they get in the street when something happens and they will use that means to say, oh yes, the opposition, they did this in the country, they did that. And you know, Mr. Dishi, you people know the history of this country. There were certain people that were in power in this country, and because of certain things, they banned some political party there for contesting in election. So most of these things, Baka learn some of these things, and this is why I think they are doing some of these things to push some opposition to the wall, so that when they do certain things in this country, they will go and ban them. They say they are causing instability in the country, this and that. Maybe that's why when you hear them say the opposition weak, maybe they're pushing them. So that when they demonstrate or when they protest, they go, they buy a political party for contesting in any major in an election. You people know the history of this country. There were certain people in power, they did it, and Waka worked in those administration, and these are things that he's trying to do. And those people that target is nobody but the CDC. You see, that's all they are after. But it is so sad to see a government that claims to be responsible, and you see this level of incompetency in this administration. And the appointment the president made, that Mayborn was talking about, Mr. Dishu, I applaud the president for this appointment that he made last night. And those people, we all get to serve the country to the best of their ability. They should serve the country in the interest of the country and the Liberian people. And that nonsense, I can always hear people saying you have to work at the will and pleasure of the president. Why, if the president is not doing the right thing, you can speak out? And this is why today I see some people, or like former officials from CDC, I will see some of them coming to say this about George Weah, this and that. I refer to those people as enemy of the state. You work with George Weah for 6 years. Why you couldn't speak out? And you were even campaigning all in the slum for his re-election. Why, if he were to be re-elected, all the nonsense you people are talking today, were you people going to say it? No. But everybody just after their berries, bunch of political prostitutes. When they are not in power, when they lose power, they want to say something so somebody can be able to be reaching out to them to give their hair out. The same thing happening today. Everything Baka is doing, people are there singing praises. Tomorrow, when the Unity Party not in power and they will come up to speak, the Pape did this, he couldn't this and that. Who know of who can listen to this kind? You expect me tomorrow when Bwakana in power to hear people that Mo Ali and other people to come and criticize Bwaka and listen to them. I'm not as stupid as dummy and those people who can be listening to former CDC government officials and be talking, oh yes, you are stupid. While they were there, they couldn't speak. And this is why I always say for me, I don't think I can work in Liberia because you will hire me, you fire me the next day. Because not because I'm working, that foolish that you work at the way and pleasure of the president. So even if the president is not proceeding the right way, you can talk because you're working at his way and pleasure. No, I'm not here for that nonsense. People who sit in America, they have nothing doing. We know some of them today. Everything they spoke against the previous administration today is doing time is happening times 10 under this administration, and they can't speak. Why? Because when they go back to America, they get nothing to do but to be drinking you from one basement to another on party. I'm not that. You fire me, I go back 2, 3 days, you see me, I go back to work. And this is why I always say most of the Liberians that come from the diaspora to work in government here, they get nothing to offer the Liberian people. They don't have to change anything but to increase the hardship, suffering, and poverty on the Liberian people. They go by, they pay their student loan, they pay off their mortgages, they buy their houses and things. That's what they can come to do. The diaspora Liberians, if they were teaching something in this country, coming with that mindset, but now this country has gone far, there's an issue. But it is quite
100%.
unfortunate.
I agree.
Those
I
guys
agree
come
with you.
back, yes, those guys come back, they don't change anything because if I come to work, I know I'm coming for America, I know the system and the position I will be serving in, I should be able to change the system within that my position. If every Liberian coming from the diaspora with that mindset, you're working as a minister, as a director, as a manager, you know the life you're living in Europe, in Australia, in America, in Canada, wheresoever, and you get the position and you know you're able to transform that area to make the country a better place, that ministry or whatsoever. If people were going back home with that mindset, Mr. Dishu, we can't be saying what we are saying here. But
You are
people are not going with that
100% correct.
everybody see Liberia as let me go and get my own account right back. Mr. Dishu, this country, that's why sometimes I say maybe when everyone or that our children and great grandchildren, they want to change. But if people just having that mindset, Liberia, that just go eat your own, we are not going anywhere anytime soon as a nation, Mr. Dishu. It is so sad.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
I hear you say it all right. 100% I will agree with you to the fact that if we were given the opportunity, we in the diaspora happen to go back home and were given the opportunity to serve our country in different positions. And with this Western experience, you have an opportunity to go and transform whatever area they will give you that will bring light to that area, and that will be the sign of development for our country. But when the people leave from the diaspora and go to Liberia, they find themselves into a web that had been established years before them. That when you come here, this is how we do things. Remember when Dylan was running and what Abache said to him? You know, he told Dylan, he said, well, all you've been talking, when you come here, there's something different. For all of us that were behind Dylan, we thought that it was something challenging to what we have been talking about and how we push Dylan towards that senatorial position. And in the end, what happened in recent time? Just what Tia said is exactly what is happening. When you get into the bush with the people who call it Coco Jumoku, when you're not inside, you don't know. That is what is happening in Liberia. And they have made it a pattern and a way of governing our country.
Yeah.
And the
So, Mr.
minute,
Bishop,
yeah, the men will suffer. We, the citizens, our children, our grandchildren will suffer because of what I mentioned. Yeah.
Yes,
You can continue.
I think,
Maybe.
yeah, thank you. Listening to you. I don't know what you have taught, but quickly before we go, because we have about 4 to 5 minutes to go. But are you talking about the system and so forth? Maybe we'll take one day to really discuss this system issue to that getting our people. And our people too, they also embracing the kind of attitude, they embrace the kind of thing the issue. Like one of our commenter or follower here, I think the lady C56, she said accountability, responsibility, character, integrity, and loyalty are basic requirements for government officials. So either you gotta be loyal. That one I'm not loyalty, but I think accountability and there, character take it from there, integrity that one gone, accountability that one on there. But I think you just gotta be loyal. Either you wear maybe their jackets or their clothes or your comment. The guy who now said, "Well, we are coming back for. We are coming back to do what?" Now I'm seeing the photos parading around, and the guy is now been invited now from office to office. So you see it. So you see the kind of content that we find ourselves in.
Yeah. Yeah. We find ourselves entangled into a web that we're trying to get out of, and I don't think that it's easy to get out of the web here. Because what you just said, you can tell that the mindset of the people is so entrenched into who's going to lead, whether it's their party, and they will not allow the other party to win. Whether they eat or not, they don't care. So they want their party to be number one. Their party must be there. And that celebration only for 2 days. When they win, probably get them one or get them small something. Everybody cheer after that. You call the government officials that you were all hanging together, laughing together.
They won't answer your call.
Yeah, now I leave it.
Maybe tomorrow we'll also look at that. I think you're right. Tomorrow we'll look at some of these things, the forward mark about country, the education, and so forth. Tomorrow we'll look at integrity, like they are followers. She knew everything: accountability, responsibility, character, integrity, and loyalty are basic requirements for you to be part of government. So just come here and just say, Joe, we are there, Joe, we are there. Somebody will call you. Some of you who they can't answer your calls. You've been calling them, you've been testing them, and they're not answering. We're giving you somebody thing to do now so that you can be connected. Call somebody, cause opposition, and just go there and they will give you a job. It's in the country. But I didn't want to say, my brother, we got to go home and the kind of country we're building for the next generation. Well, so we're not getting Ali Mr. The shoe. Thanks to all of you. We see again on
Neighbor, can you hear? Neighbor?
Okay.
Neighbor,
Yeah,
neighbor. Thanks to the caller, even though we are not hearing that a few times due to some technical issue. Yeah, but maybe my closing here go to Gregory Coleman. Gregory Coleman, but maybe, first of all, because I know I've been in this country for this my country. First of all, whenever there is inspection, when the police they are about to do inspection, vehicle inspection, all of these things, they will always put it over air. Oh yeah, beginning next month, the 10, the 20th, the 50th, there will be vehicle inspection going on. Make sure your registration, your insurance, everything is in. They are all intact. They always make that publicity for everybody to know that beginning September 15th there will be vehicle inspection. But there's a depot here at this way police station. Last week, the same thing happened. I was driving on that road. Those guys just stopped me. They say, "Oh, they carry on inspection." Yes, you make sure your vehicle registration, insurance, everything is intact. And they are over there parking people cars, just collecting money for driver, exploiting them. Just this evening again, we're passing there. The same thing, they say, "Oh, they are for Central, they carry on inspection to the DSW."
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to serve? blessing, that time and that effort I rest. The brothers who gave me the fear, the promise of death. The work of my life with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you, I can't Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, the more I get you. And you love me, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Napagiyarina ya tumale, Sktv, ena Napagiyarina, Tosi Wakama ya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. For the top people who waiting to serve. The blessing, that time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. The work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sanu to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.